Churchill, a man of his words, once said, "Never let a good crisis go waste." And the current ruling dispensation is doing just that. It is not letting the humongous COVID-19 pandemic crisis go waste, and has been trying to use it in the favor of farmers by introducing the 3 Farmers Bill in the parliament. This very move has led to widespread protests in states like Punjab, Haryana and Telangana as well.
Yeah, right now there is farmers are trying to break away the barricade near the Ambala-Mohali highway, which is the border of Punjab and Haryana. The farmers were trying to block the highway there. The police were clearly instructed not to use force, but ensure that the highways are not blocked. So right now, water cannon was used to disperse the protesting farmers, and we are getting an information that the situation is tense there, and police may resort to lathi charge again.
It was also seen that the Union Minister for State, Harsimrat Kaur Badal, has resigned from her post regarding this issue. So how problematic are these bills? Is the government actually serving organic desi manure to farmers in the name of farmer protection? Let's find out. The first bill is the Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Bills of 2020. Initially, farmers could not purchase or sell their produce outside the registered mandis of the state. This led to cartelization and monopoly of the mandis. But this bill now allows the farmers to sell and purchase outside registered mandis of the state, that is basically in other states. Now, this will allow farmers to get a better price of their produce. Also, it will encourage inter and intra-state trade of farmers' produce and will aid in reducing marketing and transportation costs. But on the flip side, the critics claim that the state government will lose their revenue that they collected as mandi fees or mandi tax that FCI or the Food Corporation of India would pay to the states. This tax was a good and a short revenue for the states and the mandis, but since the farmers can move to other states to sell, the governments of grain surplus states like Punjab and Haryana are set to lose. And that explains why there has been protests and resignations. A part of this is also a rumor that has been spreading that the MSP or the minimum support price regime will eventually end, and we at News Hamster personally feel that this is just a rumor, as the MSP regime is more than just the APMC mandis. The second bill is the Farmers Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Service Bill of 2020. This bill aids the idea of contract farming as it allows the farmers to enter into contracts with firms and organizations to sell or export their produce at a predetermined price. This evades the issue of market risk from the life of farmers and shifts it to the sponsors or companies that have entered into an agreement. Critics are of the opinion that in this deal, the farmers will be on the receiving end or will be embroiled and the companies will have a bigger say. Then there is the Essential Commodities Amendment Bill 2020. This bill has removed cereals, pulses, potatoes from the list of essential commodities, which means there will be no stock holding limits, which was imposed earlier and led to misbalance in the demand and supply scenario. The stock limit can only be imposed during extraordinary circumstances only. This also aids in getting FDI and private investment into the farm sector, which also provides price stability. The critics are of the opinion that the price limit set under the extraordinary circumstances is extremely high, and the definition of extraordinary circumstances is ambiguous in nature, and the companies can have a monopoly over setting up of storage facilities. Well, people in support of these bills have said this will help Modi government's electoral promise to double the farmers' income by 2022, and this move will liberate farmers from the clutches of unfair trade and commerce practices. Though some have said that this reminds them of how there was industrial and economic liberalization from the License Raj, some critical standpoints are as follows. The bill is more inclined towards empowering the corporate structure at the giving end and not the farmers, as the government has not mentioned any mechanism like the MSP to which the corporates or the private entities will be bound by. And the farmers can be duped by paying some very low prices when the produce has been very high. Lack of price discovery that would result in the MSP at the corporate structures, as it was in the mandis, is another issue. No proper consensus on the dispute mechanism has been put up, as bureaucracy has been placed at the front end than the courts. The ordinance route taken by the government for an issue of such intensity is questionable, as it had no deliberations and debate. While the critics remember how GST was mounted as a very good idea and landmark development, but did not go as planned, the farm bills would also result in the same manner. The difference between farm to fork in India is over 50%, where in Nordic countries it is less than 10%. Will India's attempt to reduce this difference work in its favor? Not time, but only implementation will tell.